Alright, let's get to it. I'm John Rectum with my review of AEW Dark Elevation and AEW Dark. Two shows, Human Centipede together and presented to you. This will be the norm going forward because I feel like it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on these shows in the comments, please. So, starting off with AEW Dark Elevation for Monday, January 24th, 2022. It's best to start with the show that happened first. Otherwise, it would be a bit convoluted and a bit weird to do it otherwise. So, 8 matches on this edition, 44 minutes long. So, at least it didn't overstay its welcome. Tony Schiavone, Paul White, Mark Henry on commentary. We get Layla Hirsch against Brittany Blake. Fiery red hair there on Blake, and Blake showed some good attitude and, a couple nice moves. She certainly had some good hops. Layla Hirsch is very, very good, and one with a vicious knee. Very, very good stuff. Layla's come up with a few few finishers, the cross arm breaker and a couple other things. It's nice that she's able to vary up her offense, and Brittany had a decent showing here, but she was obviously going to get beat soundly and convincingly. So we get Private Party versus Action Andretti and Miles Hawkins. Private Party, they're not bad in the ring. I don't really know why this whole Andrade Hardy family orifice thing is happening, but Private Party, maybe they can get away from this and get back to being, a team that you could actually be excited about. That being said, the enhancement guys, they got in some shots, but it didn't last long. Shooting Star by Mark Quinn, 1, 2, 3. And then Willow Nightingale versus Brandy Rhodes. Nothing against Willow Nightingale, but oh, hell no. Anytime Brandy Rhodes breathes on a wrestling program, it's fucking embarrassing. She does not belong in a goddamn ring. It's fucking embarrassing to watch her goddamn offense. She's fucking terrible. And she does an STF that is so goddamn bad. I thought Eric Watts or John Cena had the worst STF. No, Brandy Rhodes beats them by a goddamn country mile. A country mile plus 10 times infinity. She's fucking rotten in the goddamn ring. Oh, her daughter can watch her do really, really shitty moves in the ring. Congratulations. Maybe you could set a better example by not being in a goddamn wrestling ring where you don't fucking belong. It's one thing if she was actually an athlete and she could actually do some stuff. She looks like a goddamn cow on ice, like a 3-legged antelope trying to come back after being on a bunch of quaaludes. She can't do anything properly in the ring. And that STF, my God, my brain almost melted watching that. When you can't do something, don't actually try to keep convincing yourself that you can fucking do it. God damn it, poor Willow Nightingale. She wrestled on Ring of Honor's final battle, and she's facing Brandy Rhodes and having to dumb down her offense because Brandy just has to have her goddamn ego stroke and has to do this bullshit, and it's embarrassing. It's setting wrestling back just by her existing in a wrestling ring. So anyway, enough about that. Let's get to Scorpio Sky with Ethan, and they're taking on Dan Lambert, the Sheepish, or actually they're teaming with, Dan Lambert, the Sheepish Lion Dan Lambert, in their corner. So goddamn frazzled by what was going on with Brandy that I forgot that, Lambert's actually not wrestling. They only put him out in the ring, during that Inner Circle, America's Top Team, 10-man tag that was so goddamn ridiculous. But they took on Mike Fowler and Logan LaRue, no relation to Lash LaRue. Wasn't bad. Mike and Logan got in a few shots. Logan did have a good run. I wonder how Logan's run is going. Wait, that movie's been out for years. TKO for 3. Okay, let's try to calm down and talk about Red Velvet versus Janaya Kai. I apologize if I got that wrong. Velvet has improved. Kai has a very good look. And it's King Kai with all the kicks. A lot of kicks. Whole lot of kicks happening in this. But final slice, 1, 2, 3. Kai didn't have a bad showing here. Certainly got more offense than she got later on in the next show. But it was what it was. Santana Ortiz took on Goldie and Keller. I actually don't know. The Keller brothers. They got in a couple shots, but Santana Ortiz got the victory with a vicious combo of kicks and punches. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. And they got the victory in record time. And then Thunder Rosa, gee, I wonder if you can guess who I was rooting for. Thunder Rosa and Destination Unknown, Ruby Soho, took on Leva Bates and Jordan Blade. I didn't know Leva Bates was still wrestling. I knew she had a backstage role, but hey, good for her. She's still wrestling. Jordan Blade, I've never seen her before. She has size, I'll say that much. And it's red versus blue. I mean, I just can't believe that it took me that long to make that joke. I can't believe it's like Leva Bates' blue hair against Ruby's red hair. And Thunder Rosa, of course, shining like she always does get the necktie for the victory. Thunder Rosa and Ruby Soho teaming up, I'm all for it. They could be a pretty damn good team. A dynamite team, if you will. Aha, if you did indeed see what I did there. Hobbs and Starks took on Lee Moriarty and Matt Sydal. The crowd chanted for Lee, and this was fine. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it certainly was not a bad tag match. And it served its purpose for getting Hobbs and Starks over as a team. Lee Moriarty was obviously going to take the pin, and he did. And it was a nice spear. That spear by Starks is fucking beautiful. Just tackles the guy. And then Starks grabs the mic, calls out Dante. Dante comes out and attacks both, but then Sydal and Lee come in to even the odds. We want hook chants. That's how we ended the show. So now we moved on to AEW Dark for January 25th, 2022. 7 matches, and it was 10 minutes longer, because they had to have promos. And a couple matches went longer than they needed to. Excalibur, Taz, and Mark Henry on commentary. The Bunny with the blade took on Erika Lay. Why were both these women making funny faces? Nothing necessarily against them, but the Bunny was doing the weird thing with her tongue and the biting, and Erika Lay was impersonating a kitty cat. Meow. I've never seen Erika Lay before. Nothing against her. The Bunny beat her quickly. Maybe we can have Erika Lay back and she can get in some more offense and we can see how she does on a bigger stage. 2.0 and Garcia took on Pat Brink, Ray, and Kakoa. And this did not take long because 2.0 and Garcia glommed him and Garcia got the sharpshooter sit back really quickly. Now, when I saw that the first 2 matches went by that quickly, I'm like, maybe they mistimed it or they filled it with a whole bunch of promos. They did a promo afterwards where the crowd tried to do the whole squarehead thing that Jericho has gotten going because Chris Jericho's humor is so far back in the goddamn weeds. But they mentioned how Santana, Ortiz, and Chris Jericho have problems. Oh no, they've got one less problem without you. But we'll see if Santana and Ortiz maybe go off on their own or go with Eddie Kingston. Eddie leads them to, tag team championship gold. So we're going to be perfectly honest, this whole inner circle thing has just been ridiculous. Where's Jake Hager been? Has he been training for MMA or an MMA fight? Or did they just quietly release the fucker because he's not any fucking good? I hope it's the latter. Lance Archer took on Joe Keys. Joe Keys said, I want to be out of this match. Here, Lance, here's your victory. No, I will not do that, Lance says. He beats him up for a long while, and then gets the blackout for the victory. And then scares a kid, and then hits Joe with a lariat because Joe decided to stand back up. How dare you, Joe? How dare you stand back up? Layla Hirsch beat Janae Kai very quickly. Very, very quickly. I think this was under a minute, maybe a minute and like 5 seconds. I mean, it was not very long. Layla gets the victory with the cross armbreaker called the legit lock. Layla's very good. Hopefully, Miss Kai can get featured a little bit more. But you know what? Being on these 2 shows, she at least got some offense against Red Velvet. Gun Club and the Acclaim take on the Dark Order. Uno Reynolds, 5 and 10. That's who it was. It all blends together. I don't really care about the Dark Order, all due respect. And the Acclaimed, they did a rap or whatever. It's like you'll get smashed by Acclaim in the ass, boys. He did refer to, we're in DC, there's other cults to join, which was a funny line. That's a fucking funny line, regardless of what side of the fence you fall. That's funny shit. Billy tries to do the DX thing. We got 2 words for you, but he gets cut off. And commentary jokes around while stuff happens. A lot of stuff happened in this match, and I'm sorry, I didn't care. I didn't. Do tag rules even matter in matches? No, evidently not. We get a melee and a double team neck breaker for 3. So, Gun Club and the Acclaimed get the victory. The Gun Acclaimed Club, I guess. Penta took on Wheeler Yuta. Why? Nothing against Wheeler. Wheeler's a good worker. Saw him on some New Japan Strong episodes. He's done fine in some matches he's had on AEW programming. Tag matches and otherwise. Penta's good. He's going to be doing singles matches for a while because Phoenix's arm somehow wasn't broken, but I guarantee you there's problems with it. It just went on for a while and just had a series of moves. It wasn't bad. It just was a match that just existed with moves occurring. And DDT on the floor. Wheeler took a good bump there. And Fear Factor 1, 2, 3. Wheeler got in some good near falls before that. And then Jungle Boy took on Nick Camarado. Battle of the Network Hair. QT kills the crowd with a goddamn promo. Why is QT given mic time? I don't know. Okay, Jungle Boy fired up after Nick Comoroto used his power and eventually got the snare trap for the victory. Not bad. They beat up Solo afterwards, and that's it. Those are the two shows, 15 matches, and about an hour and a half of programming summarized in about 10 minutes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.